Instagram didn't exist, would you still be a bodybuilder? What's up, YouTube? Quint Beastwood here. In this video, we're gonna go over the topic of bodybuilding. We're specifically going to go over what it takes to be a good bodybuilder. There are a lot of young guys that are following me that always ask me questions about bodybuilding. What should they do? How should they do this? In this video, I'm going to break down what it takes to be a good bodybuilder. If you're somebody that's looking to build a considerable amount of muscle, if you're somebody that's looking to mold a good-looking physique, if you're somebody that's looking to compete for the first time, if you're somebody that wants to dominate the stage, if you're somebody that is looking to make a career out of bodybuilding or any other fitness category, this video is going to be good for you. So let's get right into it. So we're going to start with this. I get quite a bit of messages of people saying that they want to be a pro bodybuilder, they want this, that, and through myself, through my own experiences, I've met people and I don't even know where to start because I've met people and they haven't even competed yet. Some people, they've been training for a couple months and they're talking about going pro. First of all, shut the fuck up, all right? You've never dieted before. Don't talk about a career with bodybuilding or bikini, men's physique, whatever. Like, you don't even know if you can do this. Some of you have never been an athlete. You don't have that pedigree. You don't even know if you will develop that pedigree. So you need to slow your roll. I know it might look good from Instagram stuff. You see people posting stuff, see people are sponsored, and it might look cool and all fancy and pretty and all hunky-dory. But man, shit ain't sweet. What us, and I guess I'm going to label myself as an influencer, and I'm going to categorize myself with the rest of the people that you guys follow and are influenced by. When we post, it might look easy. When bodybuilders or other competitors are on stage, they look good, they look amazing, they have, you know, the bikini girls, they look so graceful on the stage. It might look easy, you know, it might be like, you see it and you're like, wow, I want to do that. Now here's the thing. What goes into that? Oh my goodness. There is a whole lot of work behind the scenes that goes into competitors looking pretty, looking graceful, and looking good on stage, and nailing sponsorships or looking good on Instagram. All right? Now let's go over those things. For one, genetics. Genetics play a very important role in every category as it pertains to bodybuilding and fitness. If you don't have good genetics for a specific category, you probably won't thrive. However, genetics, if your goal is just to build muscle and look your best, everybody can look their best. Everybody has the potential to be in the best shape of their life. Not everybody's gonna be the best bodybuilder in the world. Not everybody's gonna be the next men's physique Mr. Olympia. Not everybody's gonna be Chris Bumstead. So with that in mind, you have to be real with yourself and where you are and how you currently look and the progress that you've made within the time. And if you know people that have made significant progress and they're around the same age as you and they've been training like even less time than you have, then you know that there are people that are more advanced than you as it comes to the genetic department. However, that doesn't mean that you should be deterred. Here's my thing. I feel like we need to all focus on the lifestyle. If I didn't enjoy training, like I was an athlete when I was younger, so I love being active. Training is super fun to me. I love dieting. I love looking at my body look good. I like staying in shape. I like getting myself into crazy shape. If you don't enjoy dieting, if you hate yourself and you're hungry, if you have trouble, okay, listen, when you are on a very hard diet, a competition prep diet during the last couple weeks, when your body is in a state where it's almost in survival mode, your body is crazy lean, that makes sense to be hungry. Now, if you start dieting, if you do a diet for 2 weeks, just a diet for 2 weeks, and you're hungry and you cheat on that diet, you should not compete. I don't think you're gonna last through a prep. Now, first things first, I think that before you can focus on becoming a good bodybuilder, you need to get those lifestyle aspects in check. You need to be able to measure your meals, weigh out everything. You're either gonna cook the meals or pay for a meal prep service to cook them for you and deliver them, or you go pick them up from there. So it's a very lengthy process. That takes a lot of time, the cooking, and buying all the groceries is expensive, or paying for it pre-cooked is gonna be even more expensive. So first things first, you need money. I'm not saying you need to be rich, but you need to be working and making an adequate amount of income. So money, that aspect of bodybuilding is very important. And right now I'm not referring to open bodybuilding or natural, I'm referring to bodybuilding as a whole. Because I believe if you are a good natural bodybuilder, you will be an excellent bodybuilder if you switch over. Like, there's so many people that they fucking been training for a couple months and then they're prepping for a show. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, how? You know, I don't get it. I don't get it, because a contest prep is actually really hard. Like, I do think us influencers make it look easy, but it's not easy. And I think a lot of people get ahead of themselves, they get into it, and it's like they end up destroying their metabolisms, they create like weird eating disorders, or they put so much pressure on themselves to do well because they felt like they could do it. But the thing is, it's okay. Like, it's not for everybody. There's a reason why a very small percentage of people look the way that bodybuilders look. I say that to say that it takes a special kind of person to be able to live the lifestyle, all right? Now, in terms of training, you have to be able to train hard. You need that pedigree. You have to push yourself day in, day out whenever you're in the gym. Of course, you don't want to overtrain, so you don't want to be training 7 days a week and not give your body the time to rest. But if you want to be a good bodybuilder, one, you have to know how to train. Two, you have to push yourself when you train. And three, you have to isolate the muscle groups. Now, this is just my opinion, okay? I think that every workout you have to push yourself. You have to go hard. And my mindset is, when it came to basketball, football, track, I always felt like if I let up, somebody else is gonna beat me. And I wasn't always as intense as I am now, so I'm even more intense than before. But the way I see it, if you leave one rep in the tank, your competition, he did that rep. Matter of fact, he did 2 more. That's kind of how my mind works. And with bodybuilding, all it takes is for someone to have a little bit more muscle than you. All it takes is for somebody to have a little bit more conditioning than you. You know, to be a little bit more dry, a little bit more peeled from the glutes, something like that. And they're going to get the decision over you if it's a toss-up. And now, beyond training, there's posing. Now, if you're somebody that's just looking to build muscle, this doesn't apply to you as much, because of course, like, if you don't care to compete, you just want to look good, the posing aspect doesn't matter unless you just want to look good online. But posing is just important as the diet and the training. Now, here's the thing. It is very easy to neglect the art of posing, because you feel like, you know, you could pose for like 10 seconds, hold it for like 5 seconds after a workout, etc., etc. You know, you could do like hold every mandatory poses for a bit after a workout or once a day. That's not enough. You have to put the same kind of mental energy, the same kind of mental effort into your posing that you do your dieting and your training and your cardio. So to me, it's not just about coming in shape. It's about getting yourself into good shape and being able to present it well. Now, posing is an aspect of training. It's not just about looking elegant and looking good and finding a way to complement your physique on stage. There's certain shows, certain competitions where the judges, they like to push the competitors. So if you're somebody that doesn't practice your posing, you're gonna get on stage, you're gonna pose for 5 minutes, you're gonna look great. 10 minutes, you're gonna fade, because you can't hold it any longer, you're shaking, your muscles are flat now because your muscles are not conditioned to it. When it really comes down to it, posing is a matter of isometrics. It's a static hold. So essentially a plank, when you hold a plank, there's nothing moving, one repetition, but you're doing it for a duration of time. If you do planks every day for a minute, there's gonna reach a point where the minute is going to be relatively easy. So now, to challenge your body, to make your core even stronger, you have to do something to make that exercise more difficult. It sucks because back in the day, they used to have a posing round and they would actually judge the posing. Now they don't, so it's kind of like a lost art in a sense. But I personally believe that it's important. And as I've been in bodybuilding, I've been learning along the way. When I first started bodybuilding, I wasn't a fan of it. I just wanted to see how good I would do. And eventually it organically turned into what I am now. And now I'm absolutely in love with it. So I stumbled upon bodybuilding essentially, and I tried it. It was fun, and I did it because I enjoyed it. I was already living the lifestyle. You know, now with people that are sitting on the fucking couch, and you guys look great as civilians. You guys are not competitors, don't look like competitors. You've never lifted a weight in your life. And then you see this stuff, you're motivated by these fit people online, you decide, okay, I want to do this as a career. Like, you need to understand, like, you're getting way ahead of yourself. It's not that easy. Can it happen? Yes, it can. But what I want everybody to shift their focus to is I want you to shift your focus to doing it because you enjoy doing it. And if you don't enjoy doing it, and if you aren't gonna get extra likes on Instagram, if you're not gonna get extra attention from people, if you're not gonna get a sponsorship so you could parade around with supplements, would you still do it? If Instagram didn't exist, would you still be a bodybuilder? If Instagram didn't exist, would you still compete? I'm sure a lot of you wouldn't. And that's facts. But anyways, just wanted to get on here and give you guys a short little rant. But just to recap, the lifestyle is everything. This shit ain't cheap, all right? This ain't like going to like play soccer on a field. You just, you know, go to a random soccer field, this guy's playing soccer, hey, can I join? Yeah, all right, bro, come on, yeah. This ain't that, all right? You gotta eat 5-6 meals a day. So you gotta get a bunch of supplements, you know what I'm saying? It is not cheap, okay? So you have to, majority of people have to have a full-time job, unless you can use daddy's money, but not everyone has that option, right? Not everybody's parents are gonna be like, listen, take all this, go do whatever you want with that. You know, I certainly didn't have it. Most people happen to have to work a full-time job as they bodybuild. Now, here's the thing, okay? Bodybuilding in itself, if you're doing it properly, it is a full-time job. It's a full-time job that you don't get paid for. And if you are consistent with it, and if you are fortunate enough, you may potentially end up in a position where you can get paid for it, which is what happened to me. Now, also ask yourself this: would you still bodybuild if you knew that you would never make money doing it? I would. I've been doing that for years. I'm also an online coach. I do coaching. I do help people that are looking to build muscle, burn fat, stay in shape. Anyways, if you like the video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and share it with your mama, your auntie, your uncle, all right? And you know what? Share it with your daddy too. I ain't even hate it. One of the most important things that pertains to bodybuilding, patience and time. Because Rome wasn't built in a day, you know, and as you guys know, I went the natural route to turn pro. I did that because my goal wasn't to become a professional bodybuilder and compete as a pro bodybuilder. I did it because I just liked it and I wanted to be the best natural bodybuilder that there ever was. I did that on the regional level, provincial level, and national level. And after that, at the world level, it was all open, like it was untested. So I went to Worlds for under 23, and I also went to Worlds for all ages in 2017, and it was not tested. Everybody was on shit. So I couldn't prove myself beyond that. Like as a competitive athlete, there was no more to do. What, was I gonna switch to Muscle Mania? What the, fuck no. I'm sorry, no offense to them, but I had just earned an IFBB Pro card. This is the top of the pinnacle. Like there's nothing better than being an IFBB Pro. So yeah, I made that decision to chase what I'm chasing, and that's greatness within the open bodybuilding category, a year afterwards. You know, it took me a lot of time to decide to make this decision. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people are just so quick to jump on gear. Like, I personally, it's okay if you do this, I'm not condemning anyone, but I will never recommend somebody to use gear for their first show. If you're thinking about it, you want to use it, whatever, that's not up to me, but do it naturally first. See how good you are naturally, see if you can get in shape, see if you like it, see if you like how you look, etc., etc. Do that before you make that decision. There's people that are just so quick to jump on shit, zero research. They know nothing about it. I've been researching it for years because it's interesting. I'm a big fan of mixed martial arts and boxing, and there's obviously cheating in those sports, as we know, because there's been a lot of athletes who have come forward and admitted that they've taken PED use to, enhance their performance, which is what it's used for, obviously. So, I paid attention to what those certain things did as it pertained to those sports, and also in bodybuilding, because I was curious. So before I got into it, I learned about it. A lot of these people know nothing about it, and they're just starting to use shit because they want to change how they look. Like, that's fucking stupid, I mean, you're entitled to call me stupid. I have people in the comments bashing me, saying I'm this, I'm that. I don't care. Go ahead, talk shit. I really don't care. But what I'm getting at is patience, time, all right? Enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. See if you can actually live the lifestyle. If you can't get through a prep naturally, you're never gonna make it, period. Like you're never, like if you can't get through a prep, I'm not saying if you don't win, that's not what I'm saying. If you get through a prep naturally, it doesn't matter if you come last place. If you like how you look, if you were able to diet properly, fine, that's whatever. But I think the prerequisites should be if you can properly execute a contest prep while you're natural, then go ahead and think about those things. If you've never lifted a day in your life, if you've been lifting less than a year, I do not want to hear that shit. All right. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying don't be ambitious and don't believe that you can do things, but I think sometimes having a belief that nobody else believes in is good. But what I would do is I wouldn't vocalize it, because I think you look stupid when you say that. I'm gonna be a pro. It's like, oh, well, you've been training for 3 months. Oh yeah, but I just know that. Shut up, So take your time with it, guys. Take your time with it. Stay away from drugs. I don't care if you call me a hypocrite. Stay away from that shit, man. You don't need. Go do it naturally first. All right. Go do it natural. All right. And just understand that the gains when you're on stuff isn't permanent. It's temporary. At some points, you're gonna have to come off, and you're gonna deflate a bit or a lot, and you have to be able to be okay with that. You need mental strength. That's another important thing. Mental fortitude. A lot of people don't have it. I was very disappointed with my last showing at the New York Pro. Very disappointed. I was okay, because mentally, it doesn't validate me. It doesn't matter if I do good or bad in the show. It's gonna feel good on a competitive level if I do good, but as a person, it doesn't make me any better of a person. So you guys need to find a way to disassociate who you are and your value with how well you do on stage or how good you look. Because really, when it comes down to it, it's vain. It doesn't fucking matter. I can't stress the importance enough of mental strength. Bodybuilding is way more of an internal challenge than it is external. And the external part is fucking challenging. All that cardio, the training, it's nonstop. You have to get a lot of massage work done if you're training intensely, because your body can only hold up for so long. And that also costs money too, baby. Man, it's a very tough mental process, and I don't think a lot of people can handle it. And it's okay if you don't want to be a bodybuilder. I totally get it. It's okay if you think I'm stupid for being a bodybuilder. That's okay too. I don't care. But what I'm saying is, you got to be tough. Period.